Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. And if you traded crypto in tax year 2025, you're going to want to stick around for this. Because this is what I've been seeing. People paying a bigger crypto tax bill than they have to. And the reason isn't complicated. It's just that most crypto investors don't know these strategies. No one ever sat them down and explained it to them. Now, everything I'm going to tell you today is completely legal. I'm talking about using the tax code the way it was designed to be used. Smart, straightforward, and completely above board. Now, I'm going to mention right here at the outset that I am not a tax accountant or a tax advisor. Nothing here is personal tax advice. Please do your own due diligence and talk to a qualified tax professional for your particular situation. Today's video is brought to you by CoinLedger, which fits perfectly because I've been recommending this software for years. Stick around and you'll see why. All right, so let's get into it. Here are 7 legal strategies for reducing your tax bill in 2026. Let's start with the simplest one, and honestly the most powerful. Hold your crypto longer. Here's the deal. The IRS treats crypto held for 12 months or less as short-term capital gains when you sell. And that's taxed at your ordinary income rate. We're talking anywhere between 10% up to 37% depending on your tax bracket. But if you hold that same crypto for 12 months or longer before you sell, then it qualifies for long-term capital gains, which are capped at 20%. And for many people, it's 15% or even 0%. So if you're sitting on some gains and you're near that 12-month mark, it might make sense to wait a little bit longer before you pull the trigger on a sell. That decision alone could save you thousands of dollars in taxes. This one is probably the biggest opportunity that most crypto investors are missing, and it's called tax loss harvesting. It works like this. If you currently have some cryptocurrency that's sitting at a loss, which means it's down from what you paid for it, you can sell that crypto, lock in that loss, and claim that loss on your tax return. That loss can offset gains that you've made on other trades. You can offset an unlimited amount of capital gains and up to $3,000 in regular income. And if your losses are bigger than that, you can carry them forward to future tax years. Now here's where it gets really interesting for crypto investors. In the stock market, there's something called the wash sale rule, which means that if you sell a stock at a loss and then buy it back within 30 days, you cannot claim that loss on your tax return. But here's the thing. Most tax professionals agree that the wash sale rule does not apply to cryptocurrency trades, which means that you can sell your crypto, take the loss, and then buy back the crypto immediately if you wish to maintain that position and still claim the loss on your tax return. Now, as I always say, check with your CPA because tax laws can change. But right now, this is a real advantage that cryptocurrency has over stocks. This one's pretty straightforward, but a lot of people don't think about it strategically. In the last tip, I talked to you about losses. Now we can talk about taking profits. Your crypto tax rate is tied directly to your overall income. So, the lower your income, the lower the rate on your crypto gains. If you know you're going to have a lower income year, perhaps you're between jobs, starting a business, going back to school, or just having a slow year, this could be a smart time to take profits on your crypto. You might fall into a lower tax bracket and pay significantly less than you would in a high income year. It's all about timing, right? Being intentional about when you sell can make a real difference. Here's one that surprises people. Gifting cryptocurrency is generally not considered a taxable event for the person giving it. You can gift up to $19,000 worth of crypto per person per year with zero tax obligation. And as long as you stay under the lifetime gift exemption, which is nearly $14 million, you won't have to pay gift taxes on it either. So if you've been thinking about passing on some crypto to a family member, say your wife or children, this is a clean way to do it. Just make sure that the person receiving it keeps good records of what it was worth when they got it. They'll need that if they ever decide to sell it down the road. This one is my favorite underused strategy, and it's actually a double win. If you donate cryptocurrency directly to a qualified charity, two great things happen. First, it's considered a non-taxable disposal, which means that you don't get hit with capital gains on the appreciation. Second, you can deduct the fair market value of the cryptocurrency at the time of the donation. So let's say you bought some Bitcoin years ago for $1,000 and now it's worth $10,000. If you sold it, you'd owe capital gains tax on that $9,000 gain. But if you donate it directly to charity, you don't have any capital gains tax and you get a $10,000 deduction. It's a double win. And if you're charitably inclined anyway, this is absolutely the smart way to do it. If you're thinking long-term about your crypto, and I hope you are, a self-directed IRA is worth looking into. Retirement accounts are structured directly under the tax code to help you build wealth while minimizing taxes. A self-directed IRA allows you to hold crypto directly in that structure while your gains can grow either tax-deferred or even tax-free depending on the type of account you have. You can contribute up to $7,000 per year if you're under 50. Popular options include iTrust Capital, Bitcoin IRA, and Coin IRA. Now, this is a longer-term play. These accounts have rules about when you can withdraw, so definitely consult with a financial advisor before jumping in. But if you're going to be holding your crypto long-term anyway, why not hold it in a tax-advantaged account? Now, I know a lot of you out there are saying, but CryptoDad, these strategies have to be implemented during the tax year, and it's April of 2026. How am I going to take advantage of all these great strategies? Well, you may not have donated or gifted crypto or opened a directed IRA account in 2025, but you may have taken profits that qualify for long-term gains without even realizing it. You may have executed wash trades that locked in losses you don't even know about. There may be hidden tax deductions buried in a mountain of transactions that you can't find on your own. And this brings me to the last strategy, and honestly, the one that ties everything together. All of these strategies only work if you actually know what your gains and losses are. And if you've been trying to track your crypto transactions manually across multiple exchanges, multiple wallets, and multiple blockchains, I promise you, you're missing things. That's where CoinLedger comes in. I've been recommending this software for a couple of years now, and I've got several step-by-step tutorials on this channel. I'll link them in the description. What CoinLedger does is connect all of your wallets and exchanges in one place. It imports your entire transaction history for the tax year and calculates exactly what you owe, or more importantly, what losses you can claim that you may have missed. It auto-generates the IRS tax form 8949 for capital gains, which you can hand directly to your tax accountant or plug it into TurboTax. It takes what would be hours of painful manual work and turns it into something you can finish in an afternoon. And don't forget, CoinLedger allows you to add your own tax professional to your account so that they have full access to everything you can see. CoinLedger also offers one-on-one top-tier support for those of you who need a helping hand. You can get 10% off CoinLedger using my link in the description. The code is CryptoTax10. And honestly, for most people, the software pays for itself the first time it finds a loss that you didn't know about. So there you have it, guys. 7 completely legal strategies for lowering your crypto tax bill in 2026. If you didn't get a chance to implement some of these in the tax year 2025, you can use them going forward. None of these are complicated. You don't need to be a tax expert. You just need to be aware they exist and then be intentional about using them. As always, talk to a qualified tax expert about your specific situation, especially if you're doing something complicated like a self-directed IRA or you have a lot of transactions to sort through. If you have any questions about anything I said, please throw them up in the comments and I'll do my best to get them answered. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click. That will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me and hope to see you again soon.